Hello everyone, it is time for daily Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news. Today is Christmas Eve, December 24th. So, what can I say? The market is taking another breather. Okay, I should say probably more appropriate would be a Christmas correction. And this is normal. I didn't expect us to have another one since we just came off of one, a huge correction of over 40%. So things obviously recovered a lot yesterday, not fully. Today things are down again, but not nearly as down as yesterday. And the good coins are actually holding. So is this to be expected? Yes. I just didn't think it would still happen this year, but let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you go into Bitcoin, let's look at the charts. Let's do. Let's change this to 2015, and let's do 12. Let's do 23rd to 2015, 12, 20. Let's just do 28th. All right, so here, as you can see, this is 2015, so this is 2 years ago, right? This is obviously the levels is much different. Bitcoin was at 400 something at back then, and look at that. It went down to from 450 down to as low as 410, which is approximately 20% dip, and then it started slowly rising back up. So obviously the dip didn't happen until the 26th, but it's not going to be on the dot every year, right? So now let's look at 2016, which is last year. 2016. All right, 2016, actually not too bad. So from here you see 920 from peak, right? Down to 860. Again, maybe 10-15%, and then it just started going back up. So as you can see, right, obviously the numbers are much smaller, but we're looking at a 10 to 20% drop right around Christmas time. This is again started on the 24th, which is today, and then went down to until Christmas, and it started going back up. So we have seen this before. The past 2 years, this has happened. Okay, so it's not to be unexpected. The only thing is, like I said, I didn't think we would have another one before Christmas because we just came off of it. But should everyone panic? Is this the end? Are we seeing a bear market? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe we're seeing a bear market. I don't believe that we're going to head down much lower. I don't believe we're going to have another crash or a huge correction at this point. I think it's just Christmas time. Today, tomorrow, and possibly we start recovering midday tomorrow or the 26th. But as I've been saying, the good coins hold really well, and some are even up. So that's the difference between when you have days where everything goes up and it seems like you can't do wrong, like everything goes up, and then you have down days. And we haven't had much of those. So the newcomers that are in the market, or you guys are new to my channel, you'll know that I stress that you always want to take profits on the way up, which is the hardest thing to do. And you do that because you have cash on hand to be able to buy coins cheap when they're lower. Now, a lot of people ask me this, that they don't seem to know what this means, like how to take profits. Okay, the number one and foremost, you don't want to put into Tether, which confuses the hell out of people. At most exchanges, including even Bittrex, you'll see something called USDT, which is Tether symbol. You don't want to put into that. There's a lot of suspicion that it's a scam, that it was created by Bitfinex. Bitfinex is the parent company, and they're doing some very fishy things. So if you look up Bitfinex Tether scam or whatever on Google, you'll see a lot. I've mentioned it in my videos a lot. They just keep minting more and more tokens, and they never really get destroyed. So whatever you do, don't put in Tether, because one day that thing is going to explode and all the money that's in Tether will be lost. So what do? Unfortunately, if you're using Bittrex or Binance, okay, you have to convert to Bitcoin. and then you have to send the Bitcoin to somewhere else that you can exchange for cash. So a lot of you guys are watching this are probably Coinbase users or Gemini users, or if you're Bitfinex or Poloniex, whatever exchange that you can buy Bitcoin from. Okay, those are the ones that allow you to convert to fiat currency. So unfortunately, how you take profits is, if Bitcoin was more stable, I would just advise you to sell, take profits, and keep it in Bitcoin. But since Bitcoin is a little bit dicey these days, what you want to do is convert to Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to the exchange where you can convert to fiat currency and just hold it in your account. That way, when you're ready, you can buy the Bitcoin again, and then you can buy the buy the cryptocurrency that you want. It seems like a hassle to do, like 3 steps, but honestly, it takes minutes to do. What kind of I guess what a lot of people don't like is, now that these exchanges are taking a long time to verify, like wallet transfers from one to another, but that's mostly Bitcoin's doing, not so much the exchanges, although exchanges can be dicey at times. So what I recommend is to just keep a good amount of Bitcoin in any exchange that you use. Like, for example, for me, I have a good amount in Bittrex, I have a good amount in Binance, I have a good amount in Gemini, and I have a good amount in my Ledger wallet. So those are the 3 exchanges and 1 hardware wallet that I pretty much use. Okay, so I never really need to transfer in and out. I have my own system in terms of how to take profits, but I always leave enough in there in case I need to get in right away, so that I don't have to worry about transferring Bitcoin in to be able to buy when there was like crucial times, and sometimes you have to wait hours and so that's how I do it. That's how I advise you guys do it. Keep the exchange that you use to a minimum, but you always have to have at least one that you can convert to fiat currency. And of course, you got to have a hardware wallet to be able to store long-term holds, such as Bitcoin. Something I also been advising is to keep a good amount of your portfolio in Bitcoin as a hedge against other things, such as when Bitcoin gets pumped up a lot of altcoins go down. That's a hedge against altcoins. And also, Bitcoin tends to drop slower than altcoins. As you can see, Bitcoin dropped 13%, but a lot of these altcoins are in the 20s, 15, and so forth. So in most cases, Bitcoin also falls slower than altcoins, so that also helps. So I've been advising that you should keep roughly around 50% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin goes up, you still make money. If altcoins go up, you make money. If everything goes down, you lose money slower. So overall, I think that's a good strategy. Okay, so should you panic? No. Is this normal? Yes. Is it normal after a big correction? Probably not, but we haven't seen a big correction before the past 2 Christmases, so I don't know. But don't panic. Watch the market. It's been fluctuating a little bit, and some of these coins are still very good buys because they haven't recovered fully from yesterday, and now they've gone down a little more. So it's actually a great opportunity to get a lot of coins for cheap again. Okay, so looking at this list, a lot of reds, so I'm not going to cover all of it, but I'm going to cover some that stands out. Ripple still stands out to me. It's holding strong at $1. It was at $1.50 once, so that's a 50% difference from its highs. Litecoin at $2.60 is standing out to me. It was actually like $3.50, $3.70 before. IOTA was at like $5.50. IOTA is definitely standing out to me. I think IOTA is a really good buy. Going down the list, EOS hasn't really made the moves I anticipated. I mean, it did. It got up to $12.50, but I anticipated it'll go up to double from here at $14 or $15. So this is definitely standing out to me right now. Quantum is above NEO, which is good. It actually fell much less than NEO, so that's good. I do like Quantum better than NEO, just to say, but Quantum has gone up quantum leaps in terms of price, so I'm neutral on them right now. Verge, I've been talking about them forever. they're holding strong at 22 cents, almost 23 cents. I mean, they got as high as 30, but that was like a crazy pump. It came back down to like 24, 25 cents. So the fact that they only dropped a very little, it says a lot about this coin. And once the market recovers, this is going to go back up to 30s, right? Yesterday I said, should you buy, I said if you go buy in increments. Again, I advise that. Don't go all in on Verge because it can come down because it's gone up astronomically. We're talking about over 2,000% within 3 weeks. Okay, so you got to be careful if you want to get into Verge, but it has come down from its highs. Tron, they've been making a lot of news. Justin has been very active on Twitter. They just announced a big partnership that's going to add 10 more million wallets. Tron wallets out there, and that's only the beginning. So I'm kind of surprised Tron hasn't gone up more because of the announcement, but you could definitely check out Justin Twitter page. Just search for Tron or search for the symbol $TRX. You'll see him. He's on Twitter all the time promoting Tron, which is great. So Tron, I do think that is a bargain right now too. Next, as you can see up here, they're even advertising Ignis airdrop for Next holders on December 28th. So they're advertising on here. So Next has gone up, but it's come up back down. I anticipate the next 4 days, if the market recovers, Next will get pumped up again. But again, after the airdrop, everyone's going to sell Next, okay? So those that are playing Next, you got to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get burned. If you go get in here and you don't know what you're doing after the snapshot, this will drop down to like 10 cents, 20 cents. You're going to lose a lot of money. So make sure you know what you're doing if you're playing Next, okay? Ardor is holding strong, very strong. I mean, come on. It's holding at almost 160, which is close to its highs. And we were only at $1, pre-crash. So it's actually gone up since the crash. So that just shows the money I said that I think Ardor's being held back because all this money is in Next. Once that goes away, I think it's all going to pump into Ardor. So definitely a buy for Ardor. Stratus, they're holding very strong right now. I'm actually not sure why they're holding strong, but they are. They're all about C# programming. They have this whole platform that's catered. You know how List is catering to JavaScript, Stratus is catering to C#, which is a Microsoft programming language. So they're really catering to all the big businesses that are using Microsoft products. So yeah, they're doing very well. I mean, some drops here. Tether, I mentioned. I don't put money into Tether. Okay, just whatever you do, don't do it. It's just gonna be like BitConnect. One day it's just gonna be gone, and it's probably gonna cause a huge market crash. I don't know when that day is gonna be, but don't put money into Tether. Don't contribute to that. Dogecoin is still going up. Amazing, almost at 1 billion now. I've been talking about Dogecoin. This is kind of like how I was talking about Monocoin, right? I was amazed at how fast Monocoin just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. And for weeks, I've been saying, wow, look at Monocoin go new levels, right? But now look at it. It's gone down a lot drastically. I see the same thing with Dogecoin, okay? I know there's Dogecoin's followers are even more cult-like than Vertcoin followers, okay? And they're just pumping this like crazy. They're pumping it like crazy. I don't get it. I don't recommend it, but it might be a good trade. But I'm not following it at all. But I don't want to be biased and not mention them because they have gone up drastically, almost to 1 billion now. Digibyte was pumped by John McAfee. It did go up tremendously, but now it's coming back down. Kind of shows that just because John McAfee pumps a coin doesn't mean it won't come back down if it has no bearing or no good basis for it, right? Keep going down the list. You see another red coin went up drastically before, okay, and somehow John McAfee again recommended them today, so it's up 40%. I think red coin is a little bit past their past where they should be, so I'm not sure if you should get in. 10x is doing really well, 435. I have to change my tune because I told you guys, it goes from high 2s down to high 1s and hovers. It definitely broke out. It broke out past the 3s down to 4s. I'm going to have to reevaluate. But 10x is definitely here to stay. Even with yesterday's correction or today's correction, The correction 2 days ago and today, it's still up. I mean, that says something. When you have coins that go down very little, or is up in a correction day, that tells you a lot. Okay, that shows the confidence that people have in that coin, and they're not just selling it off. Going down, VeChain Walton is, I wouldn't say they're a steal right now, but they're definitely lower from their highs. Basic Attention Coin is holding very well above 30s. This should go to 40s pretty soon. Power Ledger is come down a little bit. It's not quite done. It's quite not. It hasn't held at $1, let's say, but I anticipate this go up. Vertcoin holding the 7s. Let's see. Aeon, I've been hearing good things about Aeon. I think I will cover them later on next week, but they're also another platform coin, which could be very interesting. Monaco gone down a little bit. Chainlink, I looked in them. I'm not really a fan of Chainlink. I don't know why there's so much buzz over it. Decentraland down. DigiNote up huge. I looked this up huge yesterday, up huge today. All pumps, no basis for it. So do not invest in DigiNote. Central took a big jump yesterday because their card release. They've come down a little bit. Edgeless is a gambling play. All their online casino, they got their license yesterday, jumped up huge, and now it's kind of recovering a little bit, going back down. Blocknet holding very strong above 30, which is awesome. I've been waiting to see Blocknet hold above 30 for a long time. Really love Blocknet. Their decentralized exchanges leap years ahead of everyone else's, and they're going to have a UI change in January. I think once they do that, because right now the decentralized exchange is on their wallet. Once they do that and then make the exchange into web-based or GUI-based, I think it's going to really showcase what how good their system is. Raiden, above 3. If this drops below 3, definitely a buy. Storage, 130 is okay. Not too bad. It did fall a little bit, but it only 5% down, which is not bad at all. QuantStamp is 16 cents, very good. Wabi, one of my picks, definitely very good. It hasn't jumped up a lot, okay? I think I recommended them right at this point, but they're holding at 170 and hardly moved. So it's showing that maybe this is the time to get into it. I think that's it. Hempcoin. It dipped down a little bit from its highs, obviously, but it's still much higher than what I recommended. It's still higher than Potcoin. Yo-Yo W, it's a little bit lower, but I do think this is still a good play. I mentioned to you guys Ethlend. It's pretty much, it hasn't moved. I really like Ethlend in terms of what they're doing in terms of lending, peer-to-peer lending. I think once the market recovers and once people actually pay attention to Ethlend and what they're doing and the team and everything else, Ethlend will skyrocket. So definitely a buy at these levels. I think that's it. Going down to 200, there's a lot more coins I'm not familiar with. So I'm just going at, do not panic. Okay, maybe the market goes down. It looks like Bitcoin went down a little bit more. Okay, might go down to 12,000, may go down to 11,000. You guys sat through the big crash already, right? You guys saw Bitcoin go down as low as 10,500. So you guys been there already once at least. So do not panic. Okay, take the opportunity to buy coins for cheap. Do not panic sell. You don't want to panic sell. Okay, that's the most important things, because coins pretty much all recover. Some recover much slower than others. The good coins recover definitely much faster, but they pretty much do recover for the most part. If you sell out, that's a definitely 100% loss. Okay, if you're in the red. But if you wait maybe long enough, it'll go back to the green. Obviously, I'm not advising that everyone hold all their shit coins forever, okay? Because at some point, you want to sell it and move on to a better coin. But do not panic sell. Make wise decisions, okay? stay disciplined and buy the coins that are cheap. A lot of these things I just mentioned, a lot of coins that are still cheap to be bought. And yeah, don't freak out. Just take this opportunity to see it as another gift, the Christmas Eve gift. And who knows, tomorrow we might have a huge correction up, a huge up day. You never know. Okay. All right. Let me end it with that. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Pumping this like crazy. They're pumping it like crazy. I don't get it. I don't recommend it, but it might be a good trade. But I'm not following it at all. But I don't want to be biased and not mention them because they have gone up drastically, almost to $1 billion now. Digibyte was pumped by John McAfee. It did go up tremendously, but now it's coming back down. Kind of shows that just because John McAfee pumps a coin doesn't mean it won't come back down if it has no bearing or no good basis for it, right? Keep going down the list. You see another red coin went up drastically before, okay, and somehow John McAfee again recommended them today, so it's up 40%. I think red coin is a little bit past their past where they should be, so I'm not sure if you should get in. 10x is doing really well, 435. I have to change my tune because I told you guys, it goes from high 2s down to high 1s and hovers. It definitely broke out. It broke out past the 3s down to 4s. I'm going to have to reevaluate. But 10x is definitely here to stay. Even with yesterday's correction or 2 days correction, the correction 2 days ago and today, it's still up. I mean, that says something. When you have coins that go down very little or is up in a correction day, that tells you a lot, okay? That shows the confidence that people have in that coin. They're not just selling it off. Going down, VeChain and Walton is, I wouldn't say they're a steal right now, but they're definitely lower from their highs. Basic Attention Coin is holding very well above 30s. This should go to 40s pretty soon. Power Ledger is come down a little bit. It's not quite done. It's quite not. It hasn't held at $1, let's say, but I anticipate this go up. Vertcoin holding the 7s. Let's see. Aeon, I've been hearing good things about Aeon. I think I will cover them later on next week, but they're also another platform coin, which could be very interesting. Monaco, gone down a little bit. Chainlink, I looked in them. I'm not really a fan of Chainlink. I don't know why there's so much buzz over it. Decentraland, down. DigiNote, up huge. I looked this up huge yesterday, up huge today. All pumps, no basis for it. So do not invest in DigiNote. Central took a big jump yesterday because their card release. They've come down a little bit. Edgeless is a gambling play. All their online casino. They got their license yesterday, 10-15%, and then it just started going back up. So as you can see, right, obviously the numbers are much smaller, but we're looking at a 10 to 20% drop right around Christmas time. This is again started on the 24th, which is today, and then went down to until Christmas, and it started going back up. So we have seen this before. The past 2 years, this has happened. Okay, so it's not to be unexpected. The only thing is, like I said, I didn't think we would have another one before Christmas because we just came off of it. But should everyone panic? Is this the end? Are we seeing a bear market? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe we're seeing a bear market. I don't believe that we're going to head down much lower. I don't believe we're going to have another crash or a huge correction at this point. I think it's just Christmas time. Today, tomorrow, and possibly we start recovering midday tomorrow or the 26th. But as I've been saying, the good coins hold really well, and some are even up. So that's the difference between when you have days where everything goes up and it seems like you can't do wrong, like everything goes up, and then you have down days. And we haven't had much of those. So the newcomers that are in the market, or you guys are new to my channel, you'll know that I stress that you always want to take profits on the way up, which is the hardest thing to do. And you do that because you have cash on hand to be able to buy coins cheap when they're lower. Now, a lot of people ask me this, that they don't seem to know what this means, like how to take profits. Okay, the number one and foremost, you don't want to put into Tether, which confuses the hell out of people. At most exchanges, including even Bittrex, you'll see something called USTD, USDT, which is Tether symbol. You don't want to put into that. There's a lot of suspicion that it's a scam, that it was created by Bitfinex. Bitfinex is the parent company, and they're doing some very fishy things. So if you look up Bitfinex Tether scam or whatever on Google, you'll see a lot. I've mentioned it in my videos a lot. They just keep minting more and more tokens, and they never really get destroyed. So whatever you do, don't put in Tether, because one day that thing is going to explode, and all the money that's in Tether will be lost. So what do? Unfortunately, if you're using Bittrex or Binance, okay, you have to convert to Bitcoin, and then you have to send the Bitcoin to somewhere else that you can exchange for cash. So a lot of you guys are watching this are probably Coinbase users or Gemini users, or if you're Bitfinex or Poloniex, whatever exchange that you can buy Bitcoin from. Okay, those are the ones that allow you to convert to fiat currency. So unfortunately, how you take profits is, if Bitcoin was more stable, I would just advise you to sell, take profits, and keep it in Bitcoin. But since, as I've been saying, the good coins hold really well, and some are even up. So that's the difference between when you have days where everything goes up and it seems like you can't do wrong, like everything goes up, and then you have down days. And we haven't had much of those. So the newcomers that are in the market, or you guys are new to my channel, you'll know that I stress that you always want to take profits on the way up, which is the hardest thing to do. And you do that because you have cash on hand to be able to buy coins cheap when they're lower. Now, a lot of people ask me this, that they don't seem to know what this means, like how to take profits. Okay, the number one and foremost, you don't want to put into Tether, which confuses the hell out of people. At most exchanges, including even Bittrex, you'll see something called USTD, USDT, which is Tether symbol. You don't want to put into that. There's a lot of suspicion that it's a scam, that it was created by Bitfinex. Bitfinex is the parent company, and they're doing some very fishy things. So if you look up Bitfinex Tether scam or whatever on Google, you'll see a lot. I've mentioned it in my videos a lot. They just keep minting more and more tokens, and they never really get destroyed. So whatever you do, don't put in Tether, because one day that thing is going to explode, and all the money that's in Tether will be lost. So what do? Unfortunately, if you're using Bittrex or Binance, okay, you have to convert to Bitcoin, and then you have to send the Bitcoin to somewhere else that you can exchange for cash. So a lot of you guys are watching this are probably Coinbase users or Gemini users, or if you're Bitfinex or Poloniex, whatever exchange that you can buy Bitcoin from. Okay, those are the ones that allow you to convert to fiat currency. So unfortunately, how you take profits is, if Bitcoin was more stable, I would just advise you to sell, take profits, and keep it in Bitcoin. But since Bitcoin is a little bit dicey these days, what you want to do is convert to Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to the exchange where you can convert to fiat currency, and just hold it in your account. That way, when you're ready, you can buy the Bitcoin again, and then you can buy the fiat, buy the cryptocurrency that you want. It seems like a hassle to do, like 3 steps, but honestly, it takes minutes to do. What kind of I guess what a lot of people don't like is, now that these exchanges are taking a long time to verify, like wallet transfers from one to another, but that's mostly Bitcoin's doing, not so much the exchanges, although exchanges can be dicey at times. So what I recommend is to just keep a good amount of Bitcoin in any exchange that you use. Like, for example, for me, I have a good amount in Bittrex, I have a good amount in Binance, I have a good amount in Gemini, and I have a good amount in my 3 to 4 exchanges, 3 exchanges and 1 hardware wallet that I pretty much use. Okay, so I never really need to transfer in and out. I have my own system in terms of how to take profits, but I always leave enough in there in case I need to get in right away, so that I don't have to worry about transferring Bitcoin in to be able to buy when there was like crucial times, and sometimes you have to wait hours and so that's how I do it. That's how I advise you guys do it. Keep the exchange that you use to a minimum, but you always have to have at least one that you can convert to fiat currency. And of course, you got to have a hardware wallet to be able to store long-term holds such as Bitcoin. Something I also been advising is to keep a good amount of your portfolio in Bitcoin as a hedge against other things, such as when Bitcoin gets pumped up a lot of altcoins go down. That's a hedge against altcoins. And also, Bitcoin tends to drop slower than altcoins. As you can see, Bitcoin dropped 13%, but a lot of these altcoins are in the 20s, 15, and so forth. So in most cases, Bitcoin also falls slower than altcoins, so that also helps. I've been advising that you should keep roughly around 50% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin goes up, you still make money. If altcoins go up, you make money. If everything goes down, you lose money slower. So overall, I think that's a good strategy. Okay, so should you panic? No. Is this normal? Yes. Is it normal after a big correction? Probably not, but we haven't seen a big correction before the past 2 Christmases, so I don't know. But don't panic. Watch the market. It's been fluctuating a little bit, and some of these coins are still very good buys because they haven't recovered fully from yesterday, and now they've gone down a little more. So it's actually a great opportunity to get a lot of coins for cheap again. Okay, so looking at this list, a lot of reds, so I'm not going to cover all of it, but I'm going to cover some that stands out. Ripple still stands out to me. It's holding strong at $1. It was at 151, so that's a 50% difference from its highs. Litecoin at 260 is standing out to me. It was actually like 350, 370 before. IOTA was at like 550. IOTA is definitely standing out to me. I think IOTA is a really good buy. Going down the list, EOS hasn't really made the moves I anticipated. I mean, it did. It got up to 1250, but I anticipated it'll go up to double from here at $14 or $15. So this is definitely standing out to me right now. Quantum is above Neo, which is good. It actually fell much, as I've been saying. The good coins hold really well, and some are even up. So that's the difference between when you have days where everything goes up and it seems like you can't do wrong, like everything goes up, and then you have down days. And we haven't had much of those. So the newcomers that are in the market, or you guys are new to my channel, you'll know that I stress that you always want to take profits on the way up, which is the hardest thing to do. And you do that because you have cash on hand to be able to buy coins cheap when they're lower. Now, a lot of people ask me this, they don't seem to know what this means, like how to take profits. Okay, the number one and foremost, you don't want to put into Tether, which confuses the hell out of people. At most exchanges, including even Bittrex, you'll see something called USDT, which is Tether symbol. You don't want to put into that. There's a lot of suspicion that it's a scam, that it was created by Bitfinex. Bitfinex is the parent company, and they're doing some very fishy things. So if you look up Bitfinex Tether scam or whatever on Google, you'll see a lot. I've mentioned it in my videos a lot. They just keep minting more and more tokens, and they never really get destroyed. So whatever you do, don't put in Tether, because one day that thing is going to explode, and all the money that's in Tether will be lost. So what do? Unfortunately, if you're using Bittrex or Binance, okay, you have to convert to Bitcoin, and then you have to send the Bitcoin to somewhere else that you can exchange for cash. So a lot of you guys are watching this are probably Coinbase users or Gemini users, or if you're Bitfinex or Poloniex, whatever exchange that you can buy Bitcoin from. Okay, those are the ones that allow you to convert to fiat currency. So unfortunately, how you take profits is, if Bitcoin was more stable, I would just advise you to sell, take profits, and keep it in Bitcoin. But since Bitcoin is a little bit dicey these days, what you want to do is convert to Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to the exchange where you can convert to fiat currency and just hold it in your account. That way, when you're ready, you can buy the Bitcoin again, and then you can buy the fiat, buy the cryptocurrency that you want. It seems like a hassle to do, like 3 steps, but honestly, it takes minutes to do. What kind of I guess what a lot of people don't like is now that these exchanges are taking a long time to verify, like wallet transfers from one to another. But that's mostly Bitcoin's doing, not so much the exchanges, although exchanges can be dicey at times. So what I recommend is to just keep a good amount of Bitcoin in any exchange that you use. Like for example, for me, I have a good amount in Bittrex, I have a good amount in Binance, I have a good amount in Gemini, and I have a good amount in my